widgets. We're joined now and in focus by RockU CEO and founder Lance Takuda. Lance, thanks very much for joining us. David Jones of Friendster, right before you, I'm sure he's right there in the studio with you probably still, just gave us, our viewers, an idea of how they're using these widgets on their sites, but you're kind of coming at it from the other direction, trying to get your widgets on sites. How do you guys make money?
We have an ad network that runs across multiple sites, and initially we're focused on CPI deals. That's cost of acquiring a new user. So we help other applications to acquire new users.
So if I'm Facebook and I'm Mark Zuckerberg and I've already got my 60-some million users, and I come to you guys and you say, well, I think we can help get you what, X more million users because we'll add music applications to the web. Is that basically, and then you get a piece of that additional traffic?
Yes, we actually add all kinds of other applications on behalf of other users. For example, we just recently partnered with Yahoo. Yahoo had a music app, which in 1 month required 8,000 users on its own. We partnered with them, and in 24 days we acquired 1 million users.
Now, do you sell music, or do you really just help people say, oh, look, here's my favorite band of the moment?
We help people to promote their own applications, in addition to having our own applications on the platform.
All right, well, speak English for us, Lance. We're out here in the East. We can barely use computers. What does that mean?
So RockU is basically widgets. And widgets for social networks are the same thing as games are for your Sony PlayStation. So when game systems were first introduced, the games were actually coupled with the game unit. So you bought a game unit that had one game on it. Eventually, Sony, Nintendo, they actually had platforms where you could have games that plug into those platforms, and you have companies like EA that only make games for those platforms. The same thing is happening with social networks. Instead of all the social network features being built by the social network, they've created a platform, and we are one of those providers that plug in basically games into that platform. And instead of calling them games, they're called widgets. And we are one of the largest widget providers. Okay,
and so on the music side, the artists or the music labels or sort of the game providers, I mean, do they like working with you? Do you have to work with them directly because you've got people using your widgets to promote their material?
That's one of their options for distributing their content. So, for example, we also work with Network Records to distribute Leigh Nash's the lead singer from Sixpence None the Richer. We distributed her content to over 1 million users a day.
Are you platform agnostic? I mean, do you care if it's Facebook? Do you care if it's Yahoo, Friendster?
We have widgets across all major social networks, and I think our reach is on the order of about 130 million uniques a month as far as the number of people that see our widgets. So it's basically over 1 in 9 people in the world see our widgets every month.
How big is the opportunity then? Can you give us an idea? I know you probably don't want to talk about your firm numbers because you're private, but just give us an idea about what people are willing to pay for the widgets or to develop them.
So if you think about the entire social networking space and you look at the traffic rankings, probably 4 of the top 15 sites in the world are social networks. So imagine if we are one of the most efficient ways to deliver content to those networks. And you think about how much advertising goes into social networks or how much advertising wants to be in the social network demographic. There's a huge opportunity there.
All right, so are we talking billions of dollars ultimately for widgets?
I believe that in the end there will be billions of dollars of advertising going into social networks, and widgets will be one of the best ways to extract value from those advertising dollars.
All right, RockU CEO Lance Takuda teaching us about widgets and how they're making money. It's a big thing, and hey, you're educating us. We appreciate it, Lance. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, helping out all the old men like us in our 30s that don't know how to use this stuff. All right, we're going to go take